There have been more than 80 elections already during the pandemic, some successful, others not. In Sri Lanka, voters use their own pens or disinfected ones, lots of hand cleaning. In North Macedonia, they staggered the vote, with ill and elderly voting a day earlier. Voters in quarantine had ballots brought to them. In France, voting hours were extended, and here the ill or vulnerable could nominate someone else to vote for them. In Poland, they tried partial voting by mail. It was not a big success. Voters complained they had insufficient time to request ballots, and thousands of votes from Poles living outside the country reportedly went missing. In South Korea, organization paid off. Early voting meant people had 3 days to go to the polls. People thought it was a fair election. There was credibility in the system?
Yes, turnout was actually the highest in 28 years.
Because people had more time to do it?
If you were concerned about COVID, that you could go early, that you could, go on a day where there wasn't a whole lot of people.
Temperature checks everywhere. Anyone with 99.5 sent to a secluded voting area. Limited mail-in voting was allowed. No disputed result. Lessons for Americans?
It takes several days for us to learn who's won the election. That's not an indication that the system is failing. It's just simply a natural consequence of an election being conducted in unusual circumstances.
Dozens of countries so far have shown that elections during COVID can be free and fair with enough flexibility and confidence in the process. Richard Engel, NBC News, London.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.